Hello, and welcome back to FCB Break Room. First off, I want to say good job to the boys for getting the victory over Bilbao, and I just got to say how satisfying it is to see Messi get his revenge, seeing his name on the score sheet. And I got to admit, it wasn't their best performance, and at times I thought we were breaking down, but hard fought to the last and picked up an important 3 points at home in the Camp Nou. We are going to talk about what went right, what went wrong, how Athletic responded, and we are going to take a look at some individual players. So just to summarize the match with some key moments, we'll start with how Barça lined up. Ter Stegen in between the posts, Alba as left back, Mingueza at right, and Umtiti and Araujo as the center backs. And then in the midfield, it was Pedri, De Jong, and Pjanic, and the top three were Griezmann, Messi, and Dembele. This being a 4-3-3 formation, which has to be said has been working far more effectively and efficiently for Koeman than his previous 4-2-3-1 formation. And we can really see the difference between the two formations. We see the players just finding each other more and more. And I think Barca played really well throughout the first half. We had control of the ball for the most part. We had pace in the beginning. Everyone looked sharp. Everyone looked energetic. There was a moment there in the first 5 minutes where Griezmann passed the ball to Messi, and I thought Messi was going to score, but it was just a great save from the keeper at that point. And I've just got to say that Messi and Griezmann really stepped up today big time. They've been finding each other more and more. They've been linking up in open play together more and more often. And like we talked about last time, Koeman impressed on the team to close down spaces when they were off the ball, and it really showed throughout the first half. But I do want to give big props to Pjanic, who I thought looked very, very sharp and energetic right throughout the first half, especially for not playing a lot of minutes. One thing I do want to note though is that he dropped in intensity and quality as the game progressed, but again, I think that it's because of the lack of minutes. And another player that I was really impressed with was Umtiti. I thought Koeman was going to play Langley, but he gave his trust to Umtiti and it paid off. I think he had a really, really great game. He looked very solid, still has plenty of room for improvement, but I do think he's gaining form back and confidence, which is very important, especially coming back from an injury like his. But if we do get back to the match, in the 20th minute, Messi gets fouled outside the 18 and takes an absolutely gorgeous free kick, getting the ball over the wall and into the top right corner, and there was no one that could have denied him that one. You could see the keeper just standing there, and there was a defender who tried to stop it, but he just ends up crashing into the post, and it was just a glorious free kick. It was amazing to watch, and seeing him celebrate, you could see the message he was trying to send. After that, the rest of the half was played really well. Both sides were trying to get possession of the ball, but then in the 40th minute, the ref calls a foul against Umtiti, which I initially thought wasn't a foul, but when the replay happened, you can see that he just catches the defender in the face. It was a light touch, but a touch nonetheless, and Athletic was given a free kick. And like we talked about before, Koeman learned from past mistakes, and Barca defended that one really well despite having a well-placed center by Muniain. We talked about how dangerous Athletic were on the aerial attack, and this defending by Koeman really showed how he tactically undid Athletic's attack. But moving on to another player, I want to talk about Dembele because he was very, very dangerous. He looked like a man on a mission. He looked very sharp. He looked very energetic, and he created many chances, but he is still lacking that finishing touch. His performance was really, really good, and I think it's only a matter of time before we see his name back on the score sheets again. And I really do hope that he stays healthy and injury-free. He's been in a bad spell with injuries recently, and he seems like he's just getting back into form again. So I really, really do hope that he stays fit and healthy for the next matches because we are definitely going to need him. Again, getting back to the match in the second half, in about the first 5 minutes Mingueza was getting flooded on that right-hand side, and then Raul Garcia comes in with a cross, and it goes to the far post, and Alba, I think he just has an unlucky moment here, and he concedes an own goal. And I just want to say that Alba had a difficult task trying to clear that ball. I don't really think he was out of position or anything. He had a attacker right at his heels, and I think it's because of this that he just had an unlucky clearance and he ends up conceding an own goal, like I said before, and he goes on league record for the most own goals with 5, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think if anything it just shows that he does track back and he does put in effort, but in this occasion he was just very unlucky. And after that misfortune, Barca, really wanting to win the match, started playing a little bit more composed. And I just got to talk about Messi. Messi was showing his quality the entire match, driving the ball and dribbling past defenders, and it was such a pleasure watching him play. He truly is the best in the world. With Messi showing drive and determination, it seemed like the team rallied behind him and started showing creativity and attacking quality with Griezmann and Dembele. Both of these players doing attacking duties and also defensive duties, and it was just a composed Barca that I enjoyed watching very much. But then Koeman does something that I didn't truly expect. He subs off Pjanic and brings on Sergio Roberto with about 30 minutes of playtime, and I really didn't know how I felt about it at the time, but he came on and he played really well. He comes in and I didn't really notice anything from him, but I think that was to be expected. He hadn't played since November and he's been out for a really long time, so him coming back and not really being noticed, I think is a good sign. I don't think he did anything bad. He did contribute to the holding midfield role, and that's as much as I can say about him. And then getting back to the match, it was a back and forth battle between the two teams, and then there was a clear penalty as Munayin brings Dembele down, but the ref doesn't even take a second look, and he says that there isn't anything there, and I just sat there in disbelief, wondering how come there wasn't even a VAR check. But I do like that the team showed composure and not letting that decision affect their mentality, so the team kept pushing. And despite not having certain decisions go our way, it wouldn't take long before Dembele would connect with Mingueza, who sends a cross into Griezmann, who scores the match winner. It was a great build-up from the team, and even better finishing from Griezmann, and credit goes to Mingueza to make that run despite not being a natural right back. I think Mingueza had a spectacular game today. He was up in the attack and he was down in the defense, and really just a great job from him all round. The rest of the match was played more conservatively, and there were some more chances, but you can just see that the fatigue was setting in and these chances weren't capitalized. But it was great to see the team still pushing forward, trying to get more goals in the score sheet. Overall, it was a great job by De Jong and Pedri. They played really, really well. And at the end, Koeman subs in Griezmann for Lenglet, and I think at this point he's just trying to create a defensive wall. And either way, in the end, Athletic didn't have the means to respond, and with that, the victory went to Barcelona, 2-1, the final score. So let me know your guys' thoughts on the match. Who impressed you the most? Who was the man of the match for you tonight? With all that said, Barcelona is set to face off against Granada in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals this Wednesday. I will be doing a match preview for that one. And if you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.